A very good day to all. So continuing on the lecture series on metrology and measurements. So in the previous class, we were discussing about various measuring instruments. So we have discussed about the broad classification of measuring instruments, length, angle, deviation, and surface finish measuring instruments. So in continuation, now we will discuss about the length measuring instruments or linear measuring instruments. So first of all, what is linear measurement? Linear measurement is the measurement of distance between 2 points on a plane. Nothing but it's measuring the distance between 2 points or measurement of a line. Measure the length of a straight line or any line. It is called as linear measurement. Length measurement is called as linear measurement. So how will measure the length? Obviously with the help of a ruler. That's the basic length measuring instrument, a ruler, tape. So these are some of the length measuring instruments that we use in our day-to-day life. So other than that, there are some sophisticated length measuring instruments as well. So based on the accuracy of this measuring instruments, it can be broadly classified into two major divisions. One is non-precision measuring instruments and another one is precision measuring instruments. First of all, what is precision? We have discussed about accuracy. Accuracy is the most closest value to the actual value measurable by the device. Then what is precision? Precision is getting the same value again and again. So if you make length measurement, for example, if you're measuring the length of a line for 10 times using a scale. So all 10 times you will note down the readings and you will make an average. So and compare it whether all 10 times the readings are similar. If it is similar, then it is called as precise measurement. If there are deviations every time, then it is called as a non-precise measurement. So that is how you can classify the linear measuring instruments, precision instrument and non-precision instrument. Some of the non-precision instruments, steel rule, caliper, scale, feeler gauge. So these are some of the non-precision instrument, measuring tape. So those are non-precision instrument. So based on the conditions, it may change its value. And also it depends upon the least count. So what is least count? We'll discuss in the subsequent slides. Then comes the precision instruments. These instruments are more accurate in nature. Some of the precision instruments are vernier caliper, vernier height gauge, vernier depth gauge, micrometer, inside micrometer. So basically, vernier caliper and micrometer are precision measuring instruments for linear measurement. So now comes the question, when do we use a vernier caliper and when do we use a ruler? So when accuracy and precision is required, you will go for precision instruments. For day-to-day usage, you can go for non-precision instruments. It does not mean that non-precision instruments will give you error reading or wrong reading. It's not like that. Precision instruments will give you more accurate value in terms of decimal places. For example, the least possible value measurable by your scale is 1 millimeter. But if you need value more accurate than a millimeter, then you have to go for this precision instrument. So that's the reason why we are going for this precision instruments. So this image shows some of the precision and non-precision instruments. So we will get into the linear precision instrument. First one is a vernier caliper. As we can see here, this is a simple vernier caliper. So if you see your steel ruler, there will be just one scale. But if you see in this vernier caliper, there are two scales available. One is your main scale and another one is your vernier scale. So main scale will be in terms of millimeter and your vernier scale will be in terms of divisions of millimeter. So another important concept in this measurement is least count. So least count is nothing but, as I have said earlier, it is the least possible value measurable by a measuring instrument. If you take your ruler, steel rule, 1 millimeter is the least possible value measurable by that instrument. But if you take a vernier caliper, the least possible value measurable is different. As you can see here, the least count can be calculated by this formula. Smallest division on main scale by smallest division on vernier scale. So smallest division on a main scale is 1 millimeter. Sorry, smallest division on main scale by number of divisions on the vernier scale. So smallest division on a main scale is 1 millimeter. The number of divisions on the vernier scale. So the number of divisions on a vernier scale is 50. In terms of vernier caliper, it will have 50 divisions. Whereas if we go for a micrometer, it will have 100 divisions. Hence 1 by 50 is 0.02 millimeter, 0.02 mm. We take a ruler, steel rule, 1 millimeter is the least count. Whereas we go for a vernier caliper, it has a least count of 0.02 millimeter. So accuracy value is much, much higher. That's the reason you are calling the vernier caliper as a precision measuring instrument. So there are different types of vernier calipers available. We will discuss that in depth in the second unit. So that's regarding this measuring instrument. So concept to note here is there are two major classifications. One is non-precision instrument and precision instrument. And the use for this precision and non-precision instrument varies depending upon our need. So I hope you understood today's lecture. We'll see in yet another lecture video. Thank you, students.